So our first lovely lady to grace the WITechRev stage is Erica Stanford, and she's an international speaker. She's on the circuit quite a bit, and she's a regular commentator on blockchain, crypto, and emerging technologies. She also has a master's in economics. She also has just come from she hosts the Crypto Curry Club. I don't know if anyone's heard about that, but if you're interested in joining that one, go and see her. But tonight she's going to be, she also has a very good website, free resource, Cryptocurrencies Simplified, so where you can learn about blockchain and crypto in plain English, not geek speak. And tonight she's going to be talking to us about IoT and blockchain. Please welcome to the stage, Erica Stanford.
Thank you everyone for coming today. I get asked numerous times a week about practical applications of blockchain, with many skeptics asking if there are actually any use cases of blockchain. So I thought today I'd talk about a real use case of blockchain that has real working implications for everybody in this day and age. So yeah, my name's Erica Stanford, been in the space for a few years, working also on a few blockchain projects that we're building out. But tonight I'm going to be talking about IoT in smart tech and in smart cities particularly. You've got a lot of smart devices have been built. It's the latest buzzword after blockchain and crypto. Everything has to be smart. Nowadays you've got smart TVs, smart kettles, smart toilets, smart cities, smart everything. And there's actually a lot of risks through smart technology that haven't yet been made public and that a lot of people aren't aware about and that aren't made clear by the sales reps. And there's a very cool blockchain solution that helps de-risk the smart tech. So I thought I'd talk about, it's better. So I thought I'd talk about smart technology. So just some facts for people here. People used to go shopping in shops and on holidays and go to estate agents to look at properties, and there's a lot of changes happening. Everything is becoming a lot more virtual. You've now got pretty much virtual everything. People are working from homes, shopping from home. You've got virtual theme parks. I was at an event recently where they had a virtual roller coaster, and we got to sit down and wear goggles, and I got off a few minutes later feeling really sick. It was that realistic. It's incredible, and everything is going to be going that way. People are less and less going to be going to theme parks. Instead, you can just hire a virtual roller coaster and feel sick after a few minutes. And virtual travel, and that's all great, and there's a lot of technologies now being implemented, but what you're getting a lot more of is smart devices in your home. What a smart device basically is, it's a device. It might be your kettle, it might be your fridge, it might be your locks, your TV, any device that you have in your home, basically that is connected to Wi-Fi, which is great. You can have apps to program your smart devices to tell them what you want to do, to turn the heating on for when you get home, to wave at your TV, and the TV can then follow you. That's all great in theory. But I thought I'd go down some of the fun route of what some of the problems have been with these smart devices. And look at what some of the problems are. I mean, at the moment, you've still got a lot of the devices without having a lot of the technology that you actually need to secure it and to encrypt it to stop it getting hacked. The problem with smart devices, they're connected to Wi-Fi, and they create a real vulnerability where that connection is made with the device into your Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi in general is easy to hack. One of the privileges of being in the space is you get to meet some very cool hackers who work for NASA and other companies whose job it is to hack code and hack projects, and they can sit there and get into your laptop within about a minute, just to make the point of how easy it is to hack into any device whatsoever. Hacking into any device is super easy if you've got a lot of smart guys, and I've been in cafes with guys who will literally, just to make the point, just hack into your laptop in a minute. And in theory, if you're in any public environment and you've got any device connected to Wi-Fi, anyone can hack into that currently, unless it's encrypted. So yeah, thank you. So I thought I'd talk about some of the problems, as it were, with smart devices and some of the issues that have come up. These are all real-life case studies with smart devices. I thought I'd start with the funny one first and end with the sad one. There are now smart toilets. Smart toilets can flush on demand when they've reached their limit, or there are various benefits to having smart toilets. One of the problems with smart toilets, there's two problems. Smart toilets have been hacked to the point that they can be hacked to eject their contents all over bathroom floors. This has been done. It's one of the funnier pranks involved around smart technology, but has happened and could continue to happen. The other problem with smart toilets is they are actually able to record all of the details from all of the contents. Now, going into a slightly futuristic society, that is all information, that is highly valuable data. They've got information from smart toilets, what you're eating, what you're smoking, drinking, what you're putting in your body. At the moment, that information is being stored by those centralized companies. There is nothing in theory stopping that information being sent to insurance companies or other centralized companies that could affect your well-being, i.e., it could very easily happen that in a couple years' time, you won't get health insurance because of the contents that your smart toilet feeds to your insurance provider. That is a very real possibility. Another instance, smart cars. You've now got autonomous cars and cars that can be driven autonomously, and there's been a very famous incident. There were a load of smart Jeeps made that can be hacked. You can have windscreens hacked to start washing the windows when you're driving, or radio can go on and off. And there was a famous incident when a Jeep was driving at 70 miles an hour down a motorway and got virtually hacked and got driven off the road. So I think on the next slide there's a ditch of that Jeep in question that got driven off the road at 70 miles an hour into a ditch just by being hacked remotely. And the driver couldn't do anything to control the Jeep. They were able to access the Wi-Fi. That is the same with locks for smart cars. They can just be hacked into and you can't get out of them. Smart locks, likewise. Every smart device in your home is connected to the same Wi-Fi, which can be made very weak. So if someone can get into your Wi-Fi and hack your smart kettle, for example, they can at the same time get into your locks and lock you in or out. This has happened. There have been real-life case studies of jealous exes or so locking people in and out of their homes that have been using smart locking systems. So smart TVs can hear everything that goes on in the room, and there's now smart TVs that can record movements and the sales pitches that if you wave to the TV, you can get the TV to do certain actions. What the salespeople don't tell you is that all of those actions that happen in the room, anywhere where the little TV camera is, get sent to the centralized company, which might be the TV company or so. So anything that may or may not be going on during a Netflix and chill or other TV watching session, that data is being sent to centralized companies currently. Devices, there's been incidents of lights, heating systems, hot water being turned on and off. You have a bath or a shower, the water can be turned on or off, just like that, or turned cold. So there's a lot of inherent risks of that. Webcams have been hacked to record anything and for that information to be sent to other parties, i.e. not the intended recipient. Radios, music players can start playing music, and probably one of the scariest ones is that cardiac devices and pacemakers that are effectively connected to a Wi-Fi system can and have been hacked, and their batteries can be turned off remotely by a hacker. And there have been incidences of people testing that to prove the point. I'm not aware of any real-life incidences of that happening, but it's possible. The point is that you've got all these incredible technologies and these incredible new devices that in theory have a lot of real-world applications, where people aren't aware of some of how easy it is to hack into these and to stop them working the way you'd want, or for the data from the technologies to be used against you in ways that you're not even aware of. Some of the other scary uses of IoT and smart technology. You've got smart cities, incredible concept. Smart cities can be used to save energy, to order buses to where there's a demand. There's a lot of benefits of smart cities. And yet also in China, you've got a new social credit system. It's called Sesame Credits, where they're ranking people according to their goodness. If people shop in one shop or another, if people, depending on what political party they vote for, who they're friends with, what language they use, who they talk to, what books they read, how long they spend playing a computer game, what they vote, if they're practicing a certain religion, everybody gets a certain point, and that's already in trial in a few cities in China, and that's being linked to to blockchain. There's also a real life case study now in China of a city called, I think it's called Yinchuan, yes, where there's no cash in the entire city. You've got a city with 2 million people in it, no cash. There's so many cameras in every part of the city that everything is done in facial recognition. There's absolutely no privacy whatsoever. There's millions and millions of cameras where everything is done on facial recognition. They're tracking people everywhere. Everything that you do, every building that you go into, it is being tracked, and that's affecting their social credit score, which then affects people's ability to do things like book a train or book a flight or rent a car or rent a property or send their kids to school. So if you're seen going into the wrong building often enough, it automatically, on facial recognition, stops you being able to book a train ticket to get out of the city. And the authors of the social credit system are intending to make it harder and harder and harder for anyone that's seen as a bad person, i.e. against the government or other, from being able to move at all outside of that home. And of course there's many benefits of smart cities, such as buses, energy grids. They can control recycling. And send pollution alerts to people. So not only do you have the shortest route to walk, but you can see the least polluted way to walk. Thank you. So where blockchain comes into this, after all the downers of the smart technology, one of the most practical use cases of blockchain these days is blockchain can be effectively used to encrypt smart devices, to put a layer of security on top of any smart device to prevent it from being hacked. How it works is it puts an encryption layer on the smart device and effectively works with private keys that you can then see any other party that's tried hacking into your device and that's tried getting into your system. So you can effectively put a protection layer on any of your smart devices to stop anyone hacking into your smart kettle, for example, and then being able to lock you out of your flat or turn your bath on to full, for example. So blockchain, there are now blockchain systems being built to go around houses and to go around companies that are using smart tech to put an encrypted layer to store the data of that encryption on blockchain and for people to be able to track exactly who's trying to penetrate their systems. And blockchain also gives a much more secure data storage for that data. So instead of the data being sent to the centralized company who may or may not use that or lose it or be hacked or for that data to be breached, that the data from all your smart devices can be secured on blockchain, which granted might make it more permanent, but also means that it's a lot harder for that data to be hacked and breached and controlled by a third-party company. And another real benefit of blockchain is your data is incredibly valuable, and this is, I think, one of the real changes we're going to be seeing in the next few years. Facebook currently make about $2,000 per year per Facebook user from the data that they have on you, and the data that you've got from your health or for your daily activities, all of your daily data is really valuable. And one of the main changes I think we're going to be seeing with blockchain is you're going to be able to access your data on blockchain and sell that as and when you want. So it puts individual users back in control of their data, or things like their personal details, their credit scores, their credit reports, being able to see what is shown and what isn't shown. So I think that's going to be one of the main source of income for a lot more people, but it puts people back in control instead of third-party companies. And there's my contact details. The website's Cryptocurrency Simplified, and happy to take any questions by email. Thank you.